Public housing residents face emotional struggles every day, including stigmatization, fear, and intimidation.
Simply because you live in, say, Gilpin Court, you may have a job, you may be perfectly functional person, but just because you live there, there's a stigma.
We are very, very serious about putting a stop to the just the blatant, unconcerned, don't care attitude just because we live in public housing. It shouldn't be. We're human beings. We have the same desires and feelings, and we want a nice place to live just like anyone else.
And when you speak of public housing and public housing residents, it's spoken with like it's a disgusting taste in your mouth. Hey, we are all human beings. We all bleed the same blood. When I leave out of my house and I'm walking down Broad Street or I'm at the shopping center, you can't say, oh, Dad, oh, she's a public housing resident. You can't tell. So why should a difference be made? Intimidation is the #1 problem within all of the public housing community. The residents are afraid to speak out because they are feared that they're going to lose their place, or some type of black mark is going to put on their records that would hamper them from getting another place even if they were evicted. So I know when I was living in Fairfield, I had I'd say about maybe 7 or 8 residents who had a substance abuse problem, and I was successful in getting them into human resources, used to be called Jump Street, down here on Carey Street. And I mean, they were so afraid that someone would see them in there. They will use that against you. They will use that against you. And now, since RRHA has changed their mode of management, they have what you call asset management. Each manager has all of the power. She controls or he controls their community. Maintenance, anything go wrong, emergencies, anything. If I'm a manager and I like her, she gonna get everything she wants. But if I don't like you, you can hang it up. And I'm going to be constantly on your case, criticizing you, writing you up, giving you citations for the least little thing. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of these people that live in public housing are fearful. They don't have a backbone.
Reframe is a partner organization of the Legal Aid Justice Center. It is made up of public housing residents, advocates, and other concerned members of the community. Its goals are threefold: to have one replacement unit built for each and every unit that is torn down, to allow current residents re-entry into the new development without screening procedures, and to increase resident participation and representation in housing authority decisions.
It's very hard for citizens to really, I'm talking about the citizens in Gilpin Court, to really find their own voice and be respected by the rest of the community. I think that's a lot of what the Reframe effort is about, is establishing a baseline. You have to listen to us, you have to respect us. You can't just treat us like little pawns or like we're invisible.
Somebody has to be their voice. Somebody has to be their voice, and that's what we are doing. That is what Reframe is doing. That's what the Legal Aid Justice Center Client Advisory Council is doing. We are the voice for the public housing residents.
Over the last few months, Reframe has met with all of the city council members and the mayor with the goal of resetting the constituent and public servant relationship.
That is the chronic institutional violence of severe economic and housing insecurity that a large segment of our community experiences every day. And that violence is compounded for many families in public housing because it does violence to a community to impose decisions upon that community without giving them enough say in their future. It can be a form of violence to displace economically vulnerable families.
Our next step is educating ourselves, Code of Federal Regulations, and then we're going to educate the communities. We're going to go out. If we have to do door knocking, that's what we'll do. If we have to go to the tenant council meetings, that's what we'll do. If we have to have different sessions, work sessions within the public housing community, that's what we're going to do. And our aim is to make sure that every public housing resident know their rights.
My fear is that going to mixed use and to mixed income, and that's certainly the plan, that we may not have one-for-one replacement.
It can be improved. It can be improved, but it has to be a collaborated effort to be done, not only just on the residents, but on our HA too.
Our fellow citizens have that same mindset when you're talking about housing for poor people. You know, that would be my aim, but it's not going to happen automatically. You know, but the mindset being that the point is not just to do something cheap, just as they did it, but to do it really well in a way that does create a nice neighborhood and a mixed income neighborhood, but also make sure that, you know, everybody's life who is there now is improved.